Hello everyone, this video is created by top developers. In this video I'm gonna discuss about that how we can develop Java based applications. So in this video tutorial I'm just describing that what is the object oriented programming and how it is useful to develop a Java based application. So let me start with this. First of all, I want to tell you that what is object oriented programming, right? If I ask from a student that what is object oriented, I definitely will say that the object oriented programming is a way that if you are creating a program or you are making a project, then you have to use the classes and object. But this answer is not appropriate answer. First of all, that I want to tell you that if somebody is asking to you that what is the object oriented programming, then you would say that the object oriented programming just using the four features of object oriented, that's abstraction and encapsulation and inheritance and polymorphism. If you are using these features, then you can say this programming language, this particular programming language is completely object oriented programming language, right? So if a problem is solved in terms of classes and object, it is known as object oriented programming, right? So what is the class and object? If somebody is asking to me that what is the class, then I would say that the class is just like a template. You can create the member variables and member functions in a class, and you can call these functions and you can use all those properties or variables by creating the object of that class. That's why we use classes, and these called the templates, right? So if anybody asking me, then I would say that the provide definition for an object. This is a class. Definition means that in this object the member functions and member variables would be there. Now another thing is object. Object is a runtime entity. You know that the memory will be occupied at the runtime by the object, and it will call the member variable and member function of a class. So we have two things. First one, properties. What is properties? Properties are just creating the variables. They can be static variables or instance variables, right? And second thing is methods. We call them member functions also, right? So we have two things. First one is properties and second one is methods. So what is the features of object oriented programming? We have four kind of features. First one is abstraction. It is the first feature of object oriented programming. Second one is encapsulation, and third one is inheritance. It is a way to use a class, the property of a class into another class. That's why we call this inheritance. And fourth one is that is the polymorphism. If you ask from a student that what is the object oriented programming, then how you can say that this particular language is a completely object oriented programming, then the answer should be that if any programming language are using four features of object oriented, then you can say this particular programming language is a object oriented, and these are the four features. So first one is the abstraction. Let me brief about that. What is the abstraction? Okay, so let me explain this. When a class is given to the user, only abstract view of the class is given to the user. Internal details and implementation are hidden from the user. Actually, this is a way by you can hide the internal details or the internal methods and variables from end user. That's you can hide by using the abstraction. Second one is the encapsulation. In future videos I will explain with an examples that what is the abstraction can be implemented and what is the encapsulation. Encapsulation, binding functions and variables together to form a class, is known as encapsulation. Binding function and class, we call this encapsulation. Inheritance. Third feature is inheritance. Inheritance is just, I want to explain this and I want to brief this by using a diagram that in this diagram I have a class. The class name is A and the class properties are using by the another class, that is the B class, and this is using the property. We call this class, it is a superclass, and this is the base class. It provides a facility to reuse a code. Let me explain this. Like you are creating a method, that is the method 1 in class A, and if you want to use this method in class B, you can use it by just creating the object of child class. You can call this the base class method. We also call this is a base class, and this one is a child class, right? Okay, so these are some inheritance features, and we have multiple types of inheritance in Java programming. So let me brief about the inheritance. First one is the single level inheritance. Single level inheritance. In this inheritance technique, we have a single base class, and this single base class properties are used by another single derived class, right? This is the base and this one is the derived class. Another type of inheritance is the multi-level inheritance. In this inheritance technique, just let me explain with using a diagram. I'm just creating a class, and this class properties are used by the B class, and the B class properties are used by the C class. So there are 3 levels: first level, second level, and third level. That's why we call multi-level inheritance, right? Now come to the another type of inheritance, that is third one is multiple inheritance. We have 2 classes, first A class and B class, and these classes properties are used by the C class. We call this multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance can't be implemented in Java, in .NET and PHP. To implement multiple inheritance, we have to use interfaces. Okay. So now let me explain that what is the polymorphism. I would say one name, multiple forms is called polymorphism. One name, multiple forms. It means that you are creating a method, like I am creating a method in A class, that is method 1, and we have another class, that is a derive class, and I am just describing the method one over here also. So what's the mean of this? That the method name in both of classes are method 1 and method 1, both are the same, but the implementation would be different in different classes. That is the polymorphism. We have two types of polymorphism. First one is static polymorphism. Like the main example of static polymorphism is function overloading. It means that the function binding will be occurred at the time of design time, the function binding, or compile time, the function binding will be performed. This is the function overloading. The function overloading means that in a single class you have same name method with different signature. That's why we call this function overloading. Second type of polymorphism is the dynamic polymorphism. In dynamic polymorphism, function binding would be done at the runtime. That's why we call this dynamic polymorphism. To implement the dynamic polymorphism, we have to use two keywords. That's first one is virtual and second one is the override. You are creating a method in a base class, then you have to mention the method as like a virtual method, and in derived class if you are using the same name method, then you have to use the override keyword to implement this the polymorphism, right? So I forget one thing, that is what is the static polymorphism. The second name is the compile time polymorphism is also. If somebody is asking to you that what is the static polymorphism, then you would say that this is a compile time polymorphism. It means that the function binding will be performed at compile time, right? And dynamic polymorphism is also called runtime polymorphism. Okay, so in this video tutorial I explain all the features of object oriented programming. In forward or another future videos I will create some examples and I will explain by using the examples, and we will implement examples on the JCreator or any Java editor, and I will perform the assignments, and you will also learn the basic as well as the advanced level programming in this video series. So please subscribe my channel. I just creating these videos to share my knowledge with you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.